So I have these seedling I've been trying to grow for several weeks now. It's a purple dragon fruit seedling I got off of a fruit from a farmer's market, and they've sprouted. I honestly I put about 5 or 6 seeds in each pods, and I only got 1, 2, 3, 4 buds out of at least 20 seedlings. So I recommend, if you're doing this experiment, to do several seeds in one, because I'm not sure how many were viable, and in this case I only had a few that were viable. So here are the results. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to take one of this seedling, the strongest looking one, which I think is this one right here, and graft it onto one of my dragon fruit, Vietnam white dragon fruit branch, so in hopes that it can make it can bear a sweeter fruit, because the Vietnam white, it doesn't bear sweet fruit. So I'm hoping that this graft will be successful, just like in my previous video when I fused the two together, one seedling to an older branch, and it's now growing well. So yeah, so let me take care of that and show you what I mean. So I'm gonna just try to pull this out. I just pulled it out, and I'm gonna cut the roots, and I'm gonna insert this onto an existing mature branch. Alright, so here it is again, my adult Vietnam white dragon fruit plant. That does not bear a sweet fruit yet, so I've been grafting the sweet variety on it in hopes that it can have a successful graft and bear me a sweeter fruit. So I decided to put my seedling right on top here, because this branch is directly rooted into the soil with no other branch to sustain its growth. So I'm hoping that this branch can sustain my little seedling, which is right here. As you can see, I'm basically going to remove the soil and the root system it has, and I'm just going to place it directly on top. Using a toothpick, I'm going to poke a hole. So here it is, my little seedling, and I'm basically going to just, there's a little, if you notice, there's a little growth on top, so I'm hoping that it can sustain that when I insert it into the mature branch. So I'm going to just remove the root. I know it's kind of sad, but I'm hoping that the growth will be accelerated once it's grafted onto the branch. So basically going to remove this all, cut it all like so, right? So now it's itty bitty with no root. And then I'm gonna take my toothpick and just measure it up to the depth of it, like this deep, right? And that's how much I'm gonna poke my branch. That's how deep I'm gonna poke it, like that. Basically gonna insert it here and poke that deep. So like that. Just gonna rotate it so the hole is bigger, since the stem was a little bit fat, not fat but wide. And here's my little seedling again to show you. Just gonna remove this and gonna just place it like that. I hope it's wide enough, and it's not, so I'm gonna drill a little bit using the other end of my toothpick, which is a little bit wider than the other end. So I'm gonna drill using the fatter end in hopes that I can make room. I can widen the hole. So now I'll show you the hole right there. And I'm just gonna sit it on top. Oops. Don't want to damage it, so that's it. It fits now. I'm just gonna tap it without damaging it gently. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just leave it like that. Of course, I'm gonna cover it so that it doesn't, just in case it rains, which I don't think it will, but so that it can hopefully safely grow. Here it is again. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it with a bag and seal it. All right, so here it is. There goes my little seedling, and I'm hoping it can grow. In a couple weeks I will give you an update on this. So I did something similar with this type of grafting, and I just want to show you the results of what happens after couple months if this is a successful graft. I did the same thing before. If you watch my other videos, I grafted a purple dragonfruit seedling with a Vietnam white branch too, and it's growing pretty successful right now. If you want to check those out, thanks in advance. Otherwise, stay tuned in a couple weeks and I'll give you an update whether this graft is successful. So I wanted to show you really quick. This was the seedling, the same graft I just did right now with a Vietnam white branch and a purple dragonfruit seedling. Successful graft, and it's been a few months growing now. You can check out my other video on this, and this is what I'm hoping to get with the graft that I just did today. Anyways, if you like this channel and this video and you learned something, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also check out the shorts I produced with my dog Sydney if you're bored. Thanks so much again for watching. See you next time. Bye.